Okay, we're working on in-floor heat this morning. We've got all the pipes in. I did that the other day with Wes. They all come down here, but they're all in the ceilings everywhere. We've got the heats. 5 different zones. Each one is just under 100 meters. And Max is here today. Good morning, Max.
Good morning.
To help hook it all up. So I bought all this stuff, I don't know, like a year ago. I just never got it done. So today, hopefully, we will get this all mounted on the wall here. And then from the boiler outside, it'll be coming in. And I got 2 water heaters, got another one here. Back you up. 2 water heaters, it'll be going through both. So the boiler, burning either wood or coal, will heat our shower water as well as our heat water. And then it'll circulate through there to the floor system. And these water heaters have their own independent coil inside, and so from the boiler it'll run through this coil to heat the water, and that'll save us on electricity on both water heaters. And then it through this system and a pump will heat through the floor, so we'll have nice warm floors. So it'll be very, very lovely, hopefully.
Now I got 3 balls. Now I got 4 balls.
Yes.
Is the table still here?
That stays, yeah.
Вот так, наверное.
Почему?
Этот, не знаю, because in.
How?
Где?
Everything's in the way. Many hours of work later, and at least 1 trip to the store. Max is hiding. We've got her mounted here, so that's all on the wall. This pump circulates the in-floor heat. This is bringing the water from the tank to the in-floor heat, circulating it back and forth. We've got from the boiler room coming into this tank, going out of this tank, going into this tank, coming out of that tank, and back to the boiler room. So the fire out there will heat both of these tanks. And then the one tank we'll be using to heat our floor system. So lots of cool pipes and cool bends. And hopefully it doesn't leak. We got one more to do from here, coming back into here. And then we could, in theory, turn it on and try it out. Tuck that all back in here. Can't see a lot, I guess. Lots of pipes.
Good morning, everybody. I am just climbing out of bed, but I thought I'd better capture this before it quits. So today is officially the first day of snow. Those are some big flakes coming down. It's actually quite cool to see. First day of snow in Nizhny Novgorod. Look at the size of these things. Lots of snow. It's still too warm. It won't stick around, thankfully, but we're getting closer to that time where it will stick around. Winter is coming very slowly.
Hey, crazy, but it's true. It wasn't that crazy, I guess, but it's a brand new water heater. I don't know what's going on here. This top, maybe you can see it. Maybe I can zoom in better for you. The threads are full. Oops, gotta tap the screen, not the thing. These threads back here are stuffed full. It's almost like epoxy or glass or something. I can't get anything to thread on it. So anyway, instead of trying to work back there, I'm just gonna disconnect everything and pull it out. That's basically the last step of the puzzle in here. Everything else is now ready to roll. We just couldn't get it threaded on there yesterday. So I'm back at it again here today, trying to clean those threads up. But even with a hammer and a screwdriver, it's really hard stuff. So I don't know if it's epoxy or it feels like glass. It's kind of gritty when I'm smashing it off. So anyway, disconnect it all. That's the nice part about these connections that we used. I had other ones planned, but these ones, hey, I can still spin them. I don't have to take this all apart. So I'm very glad Max suggested that. And now we can go ahead and remove everything. And then I can work at this a little easier because it's hard to get at back there. Okay, so it's really hard for me to show that maybe because I'm in so close. But those threads, the shiny parts you're seeing in there is full. So it should look, you should be able to see the bumps of the threads, yeah? Where here, you can't. Just this side, it's like full of glass. Well, it's not glass, I don't know what it is, but I gotta get it off. And I don't have a tap big enough, or die, whatever they call it, whichever one is that goes over top. I have a set, but I don't have one big enough for that, I don't think. And I'll keep trying with a screwdriver. Basically, just take a screwdriver like this and just working at the grooves and hitting the back of the screwdriver, try to knock some of this out. Keep playing with it and see what I can get done. Alright, you might not be able to tell on camera, but I have got it basically cleaned up. You can still see some white on the threads, and that's still little bits of glass. I think that's what I finally determined it is glass, because if I remember correctly, this is actually a glass canister in here as well. So probably just when they're manufacturing, some of it oozed out or something, I don't know. But I can thread it on now, and I think it'll be good. So we'll set it all back up, hook up everything. Yeah, and then hopefully sometime I can switch this all on today. Good morning, everybody. Aaron here, Countryside Acres. Often wonder what we do every week because before you know it, it's the weekend and it doesn't feel like we got a lot done. And so I'll try this week. I'll probably forget, but I'll try to like make, I don't know, little clips, I guess, here and there of a general idea of what we're doing rather than everything. So this morning, it's Monday morning, it is 6:30 a.m. October 20th, and we are on our way to the city. It takes us about an hour and a half, 2 hours, really depends on traffic, sometimes it's really bad to get there, depending on where we need to go as well, of course. We gotta go to the veterinarian for Lucy's shots. She needs to get update vaccine, and what else does she get? Remember what she's getting? That's it? Just the vaccine? No, just the vaccine. Oh, you said something about flea and tick too. Okay, anyway, that's what we're doing right now. Then at, so we have to be there by 8:30. And at 10:30 we have a meeting as well to go to. And then probably get a few shopping items and then go home. So, we'll see where that takes us. Alright, so it's a pretty foggy morning. It's actually thinner now, it was a lot thicker. Good morning, everybody. It is a lovely day. Well, it's kind of cloudy. Not a whole lot of sunshine today. It's dreary, typical fall. Today marks exactly 2 years since we flew out of Canada. We left Canada on this day and flew to Georgia through Frankfurt, Germany, and then spent about 2.5 months there before flying to Russia and coming here on January 7th of 2024, I guess it would be. Yes. So, kind of a cool milestone. We are now here. We have got our own place, 2 houses built, and lots of stuff done on the property. If you're new to the channel, check it out. There's lots of cool videos of just a lot of stuff that we've gotten done. Today I'm working in this boiler room again. So a lot of people seem to have no idea or concept of these. This is an insulated boiler. I have seen some of the most ridiculous comments on the channel after the last video about this boiler install. There is no heat on the side of this, okay? It comes with plastic pipe. It's not melting the pipes off. It's got labels and stuff on it. It's not melting those off. This doesn't get hot. It's insulated. The heat's inside. It's got water jacket around it. And the water is not going to melt plastic pipes, and it also will not melt anything here. Okay, so first you have some insulation, then you have water, then you have a firebox. The only real hot part is this part, and it needs to be protected, or it needs protection from the walls. This is why we have this here. Okay, there's an air gap behind this where air can travel freely. So there's literally no risk to the walls at all because there's an air gap there and here. All right, it's not going to burn nothing. Here, at minimum, you would like to have 18 inches, unless shielded, like here. If you have shielding, then it cuts it down, and you'd only need 9. And I have at least 18 inches there. I have at least 9 inches there, and I have probably a foot here. So I'll still be building a shield here just to protect this water line. But it's not even necessary because the water is running through here constantly. And so if this pipe starts to get too hot, it can't, because the water will constantly take that heat away as it's traveling through the pipes. Not an issue. Here, I'm going to run another sheet yet. It's like some people watch these videos and they think that whatever stage they see, like if I show here's our firewood pile, and they'll be like, oh, that can't stay like that forever. Well, of course this is not going to stay like this forever. It's what it looks like today. You need to like think ahead, okay? Everything. This house wasn't here either when we bought this place. You know, it's like some people would say, well, you can't just live here with no house. Of course not. That's why we built one, you know? And you need shielding, yes, of course. Be patient. If you don't see it, probably we'll put it in soon. Just relax. So there will be some metal shielding going along here yet. Also on the floor for any potential issues coming out. We're also going to put a vent in here. So many people talking about vent. Yes, it needs venting because it needs fresh air. Fire burns oxygen. In a sealed room, you run out of oxygen. So it needs a vent. It'll be going in. Calm down. Alright, so this has been my project yesterday. Pretty cool. So we have water coming in this building. This I would like to clean up next year by making a better manifold, but this is how I hooked it up this year. So water's coming in, water goes through this pipe into the guest house. It goes through this pipe to the pasture where I have a frost-free tap, and it goes through the other one to the barn. These two are extra lines that go to the barn as well from here. And the idea was to use them maybe down the road for a boiler line coming from that way, this way. But for now, they're not being used. I'm going to cap them off and just leave them there. These two go to the house, are boiler lines. So hot water will be coming out of this stove through here. One line goes into the guest house. One goes up to the expansion tank. You don't want this as a sealed unit. It can create a really big damage because it gets so hot it can be under compression, and just like any boiler, I guess, if it's sealed it could blow and be dangerous. So you need either an expansion tank or an open system, and this is an open system. So if it needs to expand, it'll just go into this room. So this goes in there, hot water in, that goes to the open system, the expansion tank, and this one flows down to the big house. This comes back from the big house, this comes back from the guest house, and right now I'm connecting the last chunk of it, but I wanted another tap. I wanted to put a 32 mil tap here and here, so that if I need to do something with the stove, I can shut these taps, take this away, or vice versa, I can work on something here and shut them off. So I didn't have them last night, I couldn't finish them, but I'll put that in here, one in here. And then the pump, this is a circulation pump, so it runs constantly. They don't use a lot of electricity. So you got 3 different options here for speeds. On speed 1, it's only using 20 watts, 30 watts, 40 watts. No, hang on, I gotta read that again because we got a couple of different options here. The wrong one, sorry, this one. Speed 1, so 35 watts, 50 or 70. So it's very, very low. That's per hour of continuous use. So not a lot of juice. So that's going to be going in here. And so straight, and then I need to elbow it a couple times to get back to this guy. I'll get that all hooked up, and the next thing we're going to do is put a steel plate on the ground here to catch any sparks that might come out or any ashes that are hot. And I'm going to finish that. And then also there's an electric element. This stove has, well, you can't really see it down there, I guess. But there is an electric element sticking out there that I'm going to hook up to this thermostat and hook up to this. And so then it will have electricity. Oh, language is terrible. Electric backup, but of course the goal here is to use wood or coal. It'll burn both and heat both houses. Now you're up to speed, I hope. Another cool thing to work with is this plastic welding machine. I've never had one of these before. Flip this box over. Oops. plastic welding machine. It takes this plastic fittings and pipe. So this is a hot water pipe. You can see the red line in there. It's armored pipe. And then this is cold water. There's no armor in it. It's just a bit stronger because hot water obviously can make a pipe a little bit more flexible. I'm waiting for this to warm up. It is warmed now. There's a thermostat on. You can change the temperature and you can shut these off. Now it's hot. I need both my hands to film this, but basically you're sticking this in here and you're melting the outside of this one, and you stick that one on there. You melt the inside of that one. Once they're melted, get them on, hold it for like 5 seconds. They're good and melted. Take it off, stick these two together, and they're now completely welded, glued together. And that's how all of these are done. There's no actual glue. You're just heating the two up, melting them together. It's really neat, actually. And I've never seen this in Canada. I don't know if it exists or not. I have honestly no idea. But I'm growing really fond of it. I really like it. Makes for a clean look, too. Nice and tidy. Okay, all done. It's afternoon now. Got lots done. Still got to do a lot of cleaning up. Not finished. I've got a light bulb installed in the room, running on a switch. This is all got to get tidied up yet. I've got the metal on the wall here. Got an outlet just in case I need it. I've got shielding on the ground in case any sparks fall down. This is all hooked up. Electrical's all done for the pump. Everything works. Thermostat's up here. So this is the electrical backup. There's a heating element, 5 kilowatt element in here. And I still need to tape this on. And it's just a sensor, and it'll determine if the water's getting too cold. Based on the thermostat, it'll turn on. Noise you're hearing is that fan. I gotta move that yet because I don't want it in here. It needs to go outside. And I still gotta put a fresh air supply in. Other than that, we're ready to go. We're gonna go fill the stove full now with water. Want to rinse it out. I left the bottom open right now, so I'm gonna put water in the top just to rinse it out. And then we're ready to fill it up. And I have some glycol for that, antifreeze outside. So we'll dump it in this bin. In here, open the lid, pour it in, and that will fill the stove. It's gonna take us a while, I imagine, because his whole house needs filled and my house needs filled. But we'll, that's our next stage right now. Show you the fire, she's working. I still gotta put a new lid on here. But we got smoke, and it works good. Now it's a matter of regulating. We had a bit of a hard time getting all the air bubbles out. Everything's good here. I still got to put a couple of mounts on the wall. As you can see, this is crooked. It needs to be pushed over. It just needs to be mounted to the wall. Water's nice and hot. Everything is working like it should. And currently it is heating. Currently it's heating my house as well as the bunkie. It is about 4 degrees Celsius. It's not super cold, but cold enough. Working good. I just couldn't remember if I had shut the damper. I'll close that a bit more. Try to slow it down. So yeah, basically we had airlock in a few different places yesterday. I think it's all out now. It took a long time to get that out. Just the way this is configured, it's sucking and pushing fluid in and then pushing the fluid out the other way. But air can be hard to push through the lines, so at all the different joints I had to crack it and get air out. But anyway, it's working good now. Both water heaters in my basement are now running on this guy, which is great because we're not using any electricity. And Justin's house is cooking hot with radiators in there, so it's good. This is the electric backup. This also works if the temperature was to go down, then it kicks on. But we're going to set that low because we want to be running on wood primarily. So during the day this won't be an issue because we're always around, keep throwing wood in. At nighttime I think the firebox is going to be a bit too small. Well, hard to say, especially in winter. I mean, right now it's not that cold yet. Last night we just had a tiny little fire in there. I didn't want to for first fire I'd like to be able to see it in daylight, safer that way. But yep, it's working good. That's our this is not actual water temperature right now. I don't know what it's reading, but it's not accurate. Well, either that or this isn't accurate. That could be too, because if I turn this dial, you can see at the top here, it kicks on right there. So I'd say it's around 52 degrees right now, maybe. And I've got this guy set, but I don't think this is right either. And this guy says he's at 65, so who knows? We'll keep playing with it. I may end up adding another thermostat just to see how it's going. But yeah, happy so far. So we got to finish it off. Got to get all this wood cut and split and stacked in here. That'll be the project for the next couple of days. It won't all fit in here, but a bunch of it will. And then the rest of it we'll have to stack outside. Very good. Lights off. And the other reason I want to get all this cleaned up because I want to finish grading here. I got to bring in a lot more topsoil here, bring it up just like we did over there. This is all going to be up a little bit higher, and that'll give less chance for air to blow underneath here in the winter as well. So always something. Bit by bit we get her done though. Long term I still want to put a concrete pathway from here across the yard to the barn, and then it'll catch theirs as on the way by, basically, and probably something here as well, other than plywood. But right now we're just using old scraps of OSB because it's so muddy. It's muddy and wet, raining and raining and raining. Not raining a lot, I guess, just kind of every day a little bit makes it pretty sticky and gross. The yard side here too, everything's kind of muddy.